Hello, and welcome back to Heart, Episode 3, the Just Live special for the girls. I'm Cicely, and I'm here with Sanja, of course, and we have a fun one for you today. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's do a little life update, which I will go first because mine will be short compared to yours and pretty boring. But, okay, so we have been busy gals, to say the least. If you noticed, we did not have a May episode, so we apologize. But we have been busy, so sorry. Anyway, May. So we finished up school, and I started working at WSBT, and I made a little trip to California. So have you been to California?
I have. I've been to San Diego.
Oh, I love San Diego.
San Diego's awesome.
So I flew into LAX, and I don't know what it is, but every time I go to California, it's cloudy.
It is a cloudy place.
And, like, I was expecting, like, the movies, like, sunshine and, like, party and whatever. And I get there and it's, like, cloudy. And actually, the first time I went was in 2020 right after a riot.
Oh.
So Rodeo Drive was, like, all boarded up. Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yeah. But anyway, I went to LA. I still love California. The weather's perfect and the beaches are gorgeous. But my boyfriend gets together with his college buddies every year. So we were all going to meet in California because one of them lives out there, and his family was going on a vacation to Alaska. So we stayed at his house, which is gorgeous. And my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend, who I'm really close with, she was going to go. So the day before we leave, she breaks her ankle.
Oh.
So I already had my tickets, and I couldn't cancel them. So I still went. So it was me and all the boys. So
Nothing like a boys' trip.
I crashed the boys' trip, but it was fun. Those 4-day trips kind of go too fast.
Yeah.
Especially when you get a little too wild one night, and then, yeah. So that's pretty much my life update. And then I got back up in Cic, but Ben and I have been trying to, like, exercise more. So we've been doing hikes together, so that's been kind of fun. But, yeah, so now to the fun life update.
So like I said in the last episode, I went on a cruise for 10 days. I'm just going to briefly touch on this because we're going to do an episode on traveling when Cicely gets back from her cruise.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, but I went to Italy, I was in Greece, I was in the south of France, and then I went to Dublin. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, living on a cruise for 10 days, like, it feels like a glitch in the simulation. Like, it doesn't feel like real life. And it was definitely really hard to come back to reality after living on a boat for 10 days. But it was easily one of, like, the best, most exciting experiences of my life. I've met so many cool people from, like, all around the world, all around the country. And I was telling Cicely, like, when you're on a cruise, you feel like you've known people for so much longer because you know your time is so limited. So you get close with people, like, so fast. So that was, like, a really awesome experience. I haven't been back to Europe since I moved back, and the lifestyle out there is so exciting. It's so different. So I just had a really great time, and I was so excited to come back home. I felt really homesick. For me, it's, like, very difficult to live out of a suitcase for 24 days, but it's good to be home. I think, like, coming back really made me appreciate being in the States a little bit more. I came back, and, like, the first thing I wanted to do was eat the greasiest, most, like, American meal. I had McDonald's, of course, but it was really good. I mean, I had a great experience, a great time. It was the trip of a lifetime. So I got to see places that, like, I literally could have only imagined in my dreams. So it's good to be back. Now I'm still actively searching for a job, but back to reality. And here we are.
Like, I'm so excited to go. So next month will probably be that episode, so make sure you watch that one. But today's episode is more of a fun one. Last time it was fun, but more serious.
It was hard hitting, you know, we really got emotional and deep. So today we wanted to do, like, a little questionnaire where we ask, like, more funny, silly questions so you guys could get to know us a little bit better. Some of them are kind of serious, but for the most part, like, they're funny and they're fun. And I haven't put any thought into these questions, so these are really going to be like right on the spot.
And this was Bryn's idea, so shout out Bryn.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bryn. And so do you want me to go first, or you go first, or how are we doing this?
I'll ask the question, and then you can answer first, and then I will.
Okay, then we can flip-flop.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? We're starting off very...
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was in D.C. on the D.C. field trip. You know, you go in middle school, and I was wearing my first thong I've ever bought. And this is like in the Capitol building, and I went to the bathroom, and I was being rushed because I was like the last one to get in, and I was wearing this dress. Mm-hmm. And I was rushing, so I run out of the bathroom, and my dress got caught in my thong, and my whole was out in the Capitol building.
Are you serious? Oh, that's actually hilarious.
So yeah, that's probably like in the Pentagon files. So
yeah.
My in the Pentagon.
Girl runs nude in Pentagon. Oh, okay. So mine, I've had a lot of embarrassing things that happened to me, but one that comes to mind that's really embarrassing that happened when I was in high school. Just a little preface. There were like 3 stories, maybe 4. I can't even remember. I feel like high school was so long ago. I was on the top level of my high school walking down the stairs. I probably was on my phone, and I literally tripped. So I was about to tumble down the stairs. So instead of tumbling, I thought it would be a good idea to jump. So I jumped from the top stair all the way to the bottom, and I rolled the out of my ankle. And the worst part is, like, there were so many people around. Like, I fell when I landed, and some guy looked at me, and he's like, "Are you okay?" Starts bursting out laughing. I honestly don't think I went to school, like, for 2 days after that because I was so embarrassed. That's probably on camera, too. But I've had a lot of really embarrassing things happen to me. A lot of them were, like, self-inflicted. So I would rather just touch on the ones that, like, I didn't purposely do.
Hey, Lisa wasn't in the Capitol building.
Yeah, that's very true. She has me beat on that one.
All right, next question. Okay, if you could go back in time, what would be one thing or a piece of advice you would tell yourself?
Oh, gosh. Okay. First of all, if I could go back in time, I would want to just hug my younger self. And I would want to tell my younger self that everything works out for a reason, and that everything that feels like tough in the moment is meant to happen to you, and you're experiencing everything for a reason. I would just really want to hug younger me and show her how far I've come.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, just chill, girl. Like, everything is going to happen at the right time, and just focus on yourself.
Especially, like, when you're young, everything feels so, like...
So
big. You know, the smallest things feel like the end of the world in that moment, and I wish, like, I could just go and tell myself, calm down, pipe it down, and you'll be okay. This is not the end of the world, and this was meant to happen to you for the greater good.
Yeah, I totally feel that. And, like, especially in middle school, like, you're trying... like, you know, it's just, like, that awkward time. You're trying to, like, do everything right, and, like, ugh.
Everyone's the worst in middle school, the meanest.
So I would go back to her and be like, hey, focus on yourself. Like, stop comparing yourself. You're fine.
Also, I had a gap in middle school. I would tell myself, honey, your braces are coming very soon. You'll be okay.
Oh, gosh, my fashion middle school. Oh.
I don't even want to talk about it. I was, like, known for religiously wearing skater skirts and snapbacks.
I was wearing Crocs with, like, infinity scarves.
Okay. See, this one's kind of tough, but your funniest childhood memory.
I can't think of one like that stands out, like, on the top of my head.
Honestly, same. We might have to come back to that one. I might need to think about that one a little more. My funniest childhood memory. I don't even know.
I was going to ask my mom, and I forgot.
Okay, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, this is an easy one. Pausing time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Like, imagine how many things you could do.
That would be really good. I would also probably, like, I don't know if I could say this, like, steal money.
But no, like, think about it. If you could pause time, you could, like, if someone made you mad, you, like, slap them. They wouldn't know.
Oh, my God. See, mine, I'm a basic gal. I would just want to fly.
That'd be fun.
I'm infatuated with birds, so if I could, If I could be in the sky with them flying. Also, like, cutting down time, never having to pay for a flight again. Hello.
Okay, time out. Ben has been, I don't know what got into him, but he's been, like, just going around saying, Red Ox.
Go Red Ox.
Well, he technically is one because he did a summer class here.
Exactly.
But he just has it, like, randomly to random people. And I'm like, what the
Oh, Ben. Okay, your turn.
Okay. How long do you think you would survive in a zombie apocalypse?
You know what? A part of me wants to say not long at all. Like, to be quite frank, I would probably just, like, give up immediately, take that how you want. But then a part of me is like, I'm so resilient and low-key a little bit clever. Maybe I could go far in a zombie apocalypse.
I feel like it depends on the zombie.
Yeah, have you seen The Last of Us? If it's like those kind of zombies,
Yes.
like I'm just jumping out of a building. Like I'm not dealing with it. I'm not even giving them the chance.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm so small. Like I could just hide in a cupboard for like the rest of my life.
Yeah, like I would hide. I would go to like an island and just peace out.
Yeah. Hard to say. I could either do really good or like be one of the first people dead or infected, whatever.
Yeah, me too. I feel like the same.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of answers are going to be the same because we're so similar
I know.
too.
And that's fine.
I think we would do good in a zombie apocalypse.
Okay, what would be your death row meal?
Any form of like pasta with wine and ice cream.
Okay, see, I'm very specific about this. I love, like, dumplings. There's a specific place in Chinatown where I would have their dumplings. I would probably have some form of spicy ramen. Love me some ramen. And then I would have a nice fatty piece of, excuse me, I know you don't eat red meat.
Oh no, I love red meat though.
But I would have like a juicy, maybe like a Wagyu steak or something. Definitely steak. I don't eat dessert, so like I would supplement my dessert with like more food.
That's right, you like salty things.
Yes, and then
That's
for
right.
alcohol, or I don't know if I could say that. For
Yeah, you
beverages, I would have probably a Peroni and an ice cold water.
Water's underestimated.
Water is, I love water. Okay, your turn.
All right, what is your biggest fear?
I mean, aside from being kidnapped and like sold into slavery and whatnot, my biggest fear, I'm horrified of bugs. Like I am really scared of bugs. I'm also like kind of scared of heights, but I'm not like terrible. I'll go on roller coasters, I'll fly on airplanes, I'll hike. But like I definitely, my knees get shaky sometimes. But my biggest fear is certainly bugs. And
What
maybe
kind of
that's-
bugs?
Oh my god, beetles, cockroaches, centipedes. I just don't like bugs. I don't care if you're an ant. I don't like you. I don't like butterflies. You're creepy.
Wow.
You might be pretty, but you're creepy. Ladybugs. If it's a bug, I don't like it. Spiders, hell no. What's your biggest fear?
I mean, like you said, like there's like the real big fears like hell and like sex trafficking and whatever.
Yes. Mhm.
But my phobias, I do not like needles. I pass out when I get my ears pierced.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, so we'll never get a tattoo because of that. But I also don't like bugs, but I'm not like scared of them. Same with snakes. Like some snakes are scary, but like it's fine. And I didn't know this about myself, but I'm claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic?
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic.
Oh.
I didn't find out until last year in Ireland when I went to the Blarney Stone, and you had to go through like the staircase that was like so thin you had to go sideways, and I almost had a panic attack.
Have you ever seen those videos of people like, what is it called, like caving? Where
Yeah,
they,
I couldn't do
crawl
that.
Through that scares me.
Yeah.
Like,
Cave systems like scare me
yeah,
in general.
Okay. What is the soundtrack to your life? This is another one I low-key have to think about.
Yeah,
Because there's so many songs.
and it depends like the mood I'm in.
I would definitely want like a Tame Impala, like a
Okay.
vibey. Maybe Let It Happen. I would say that song by Tame Impala.
That's a good one.
I like the ending of the song. It really just,
I can like hear it in my head right now.
Yeah, I would sing it, but you guys would probably click off if I started singing.
I hope I don't get canceled for my answer, but
Don't cancel her, people.
We
demand you do not cancel.
I was a big Kanye stan, and I love Runaway. So
that's a great one.
Yeah,
that is. I think there are some Kanye songs that definitely could.
And
I could relate to.
The whole Graduation album is so good. It was funny in California. Ben's friend Pat loves to play Name That Tune, and Ben was like, she can name any Kanye song. And he's like, okay, let's test you. I did.
That's me with Travis Scott songs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. In all honesty, what are some of your guilty pleasures that you are willing to admit?
I love people watching.
Ripper!
I love just watching, random people just do random things. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
People watching is fun. My guilty pleasure is I am addicted to Tabasco Slim Jims. It's really weird, but I love a Jim Slimmy. And me and Cicely talked about this earlier. I'm, weirdly obsessed with pop culture, TikTok tea, The Housewives. Yeah, I'm, really into that kind of stuff. Vanderpump Rules drama right now, I'm eating it up. I love pop culture.
We'll probably have some pop culture episodes in the future too.
And I can get really into it. It's not normal how much I know.
Another one of my guilty pleasures is I love conspiracy theories. And on YouTube sometimes I'll just go deep down the rabbit hole and yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't want to get canceled for this, but I used to watch the Shane Dawson conspiracy theory podcasts or YouTube videos, and those were really intriguing. He just has a very interesting personality. I don't agree or align with the things he's done. He's obviously canceled for a reason.
Yeah.
But I did before he was canceled, pre-canceled Shane. I really enjoyed his.
They were so good.
They were really interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that they were funny just because he has a unique spin on the way. He's not just sitting there narrating like a lot of other conspiracy videos.
Yeah, he kind of made it funny, oops.
Yeah.
I like that. It's funny.
Okay. Describe our friendship in 3 words. Friggin' amazing, buddy.
It's pretty fun. I love it.
Yeah, our friendship is amazing. Come on. Or great podcasting friends.
I didn't know if it was 3 words or 3 consecutive words. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Amazing, hilarious.
I would say loving.
Dependable. We're dependent on each other. Lovable.
We're fun.
Yes, fun, and hardworking.
Boss babes.
Boss babe.
All right.
Girl boss Cicely. Okay.
All right. What app on your phone do you use most?
Come on.
Yeah,
it's plain and simple.
TikTok. Okay. Did you check your screen time?
No, and I honestly, I don't think I want to.
Okay, we'll skip it.
Yeah, we were gonna say our screen time, but it's been grossly long since I've gotten back because I had so much TikTok and stuff.
You had to catch up on.
Yeah. So I shouldn't have even put that one. Okay, who's your celebrity lookalike?
Okay, I'm really interested to hear yours, but so I have heard from 2 janitors at the school that I look like Dua Lipa.
Okay. Dua Lipa?
Yeah, I didn't even know what she looked like until then, so I looked her up.
She's pretty.
I think it's the eyebrows. Thick eyebrows. I've also heard
dark hair.
Yeah. I've also heard Lauren Giraldo. She's a YouTuber. She's not
okay.
super.
I know who she is.
Princess Lauren from Vine.
Yeah, I know exactly who she is.
So when I was younger, I could see it more, but yeah, those are the 2 I've gotten.
So I actually on the cruise, I got 2. So one time I was out to eat with my boyfriend, and our waiter came up to us and made a huge scene and said that I look exactly like Florence Pugh.
I don't know who that is. No, I'll have to look it up.
She's in the movie. Have you ever seen Midsummer?
Yeah.
She's the main character in Midsummer.
Okay.
And then multiple people on the cruise told me I look like Florence Pugh. But then people on the cruise, and this gave me a big head. People on the cruise told me I look like Madeline Klein.
Okay, I can see that one. Actually, you know what? I said that the other day. We were watching Outer Banks, and I was like, oh my gosh, in that shot, she looks just like Sanja.
You guys, I'm blushing. That is like the greatest compliment of all time. She is a dime piece, and I love her. So
Yeah, she's
when
pretty
people
hot.
told me that, I was like,
That is so funny, because I literally said that.
well, one time, this is my last one that I'll
Okay.
say. One time on one of my TikTok videos that went like not really viral, got like a couple hundred likes or something, someone commented from France and said that I look like Mbappe, the soccer player.
Oh, really?
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they said that my face looked like his, and
I don't see
I
that.
didn't know how to take it, but you know what? He's a freaking legend, so that's fine by me.
Okay, this is kind of off topic, but when I was at the airport, I was at O'Hare, and this girl came up to me, and she's like, oh my gosh, do you have like a podcast? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you look so familiar. She's like, did you just like do one with like 3 girls? And I was like,
We
Hold
got a
up.
celebrity in the
Hold up.
building.
She like
We get
literally,
noticed.
she literally recognized me.
That's actually insane.
Like, I was just like such in shock. I was like, I don't even know what to say.
do you want a photo? Do you want me to sign you?
No, like I was so awkward about it. I was like, thanks. And I just like walk away. And I'm like, oh my God.
If you're watching this, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, your childhood nickname.
So everyone always tried to make me a CC. I'm not a CC. So I would always shut that down. But I remember people would call me Sizzle.
I like that.
Oh no, no.
Sizzle.
That-
I
That's
kind of
like a stripper
that.
name.
Okay, mine is and my whole family still to this day calls me this, but my nickname is Birdie or Bird. When I was younger, I used to play soccer. Very much of a shocker, I know, but I used to play soccer whenever I would go to the park and play. Soccer is a good example.
It's a good sport.
I would be in the middle of a game and I would run off the field and run up to my parents and just do this. Because I was hungry or I wanted water. I would be at the park playing with kids, run away from them, come up to my parents, open my mouth like a bird. So the nickname, like, my whole family calls me Bird or Birdie. And it's, like, really, it's funny when people come over and they're like, why are they calling you Bird? I'm like, I got to get into the details that I was a little baby chick in my prime.
That's funny.
Okay.
Okay, what is your most treasured possession?
My boyfriend, no. My most treasured possession is probably my gold cross.
Yeah, I love it.
I had the cross when I was christened, and I've just had it my entire life. So it is very special to me. And also, I feel like a Serb will recognize a Serb when they see the cross, so that's always fun. But yeah, that's definitely my prized possession.
I don't know if I really have one. Like, I mean, I love my phone and like my car, but I don't have like a family heirloom that I like cherish, you know?
Yeah,
So, not yet anyway, so,
maybe one day.
yeah. Okay, where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
Rich, in a big house, drinking a glass of wine every night with my hubby. No, actually, though, I envision myself being extremely successful, maybe owning my own PR firm.
Okay.
Yeah, best friends with the President of the United States, Sizzle Porter.
Oh my God. I should have told you that.
I see myself having 4 kids at most. No pets. I'm not a pet person. I want to be whipping an all-black Range Rover.
Okay.
Maybe a Porsche. A Porsche is actually my dream car. In a really big house. Definitely not in Northwest Indiana. To be determined where I live.
Okay, mine's pretty similar. I have a house.
Yes.
Have a nice car. I really want a Cadillac.
Okay, we love caddies.
I do like Porsche though. They're pretty cool.
They're so nice.
And then I want to live like either on a lake or like the ocean or like some like body of water. Have like an in-ground pool. I'm so like picky, but like I want a pool, and I want a TV by the pool, and I want a bar in my house.
Oh, I want a library in my house.
I do too.
And like a wine cellar.
Yes.
I definitely want a pool. I would be probably, obviously I would love to live on a beach, but like I'm one who's scared of natural disasters. So like
True.
if I have this like insane house, I don't want to have the risk of like a hurricane coming through and destroying my my beautiful.
I guess I've kind of like shied away from that too. Like I used to want to live on a lake, but now I'm like, pool will do.
Lakes kind of scare me though because like you don't know what's in a lake.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of little critters, especially like Arizona and Florida.
Ugh. Yeah.
So
I'm a pool gal. I would be satisfied. Not satisfied. I would be extremely happy if I ever had a pool. I've never had a pool. Well, I did have a pool in Serbia, but I would love a pool.
Yeah, pool
like
and a
an
hot
infinity
tub.
pool. Yes.
And then I want a library. Like, we could do like a whole house, because I am obsessed with wanting like my house a certain way, and I want a guest house. I don't want to sound like a rich, like but just like a little place to put my family.
Nothing wrong with that. We're manifesting here.
Yeah.
I also need a walk-in closet.
Yes, I miss mine so much.
I want a display where I can put all of my shoes and all my purses. Like, I want my purses on display.
Yes, that'd be so lit. But anyway, besides the house, I want to be I'm sick, so if it looks like I'm about to cough, I want to be a news anchor and like maybe have a book wrote by then.
Okay.
I don't know. And then I want to still like continue my podcast. So
yeah, we're 30 years from now. We're gonna be
okay.
sitting
20
here.
20
years from now.
Yeah.
What about 30?
Okay, 32, but then we're gonna be 50.
I don't care. I'm still gonna be sitting in this damn chair, talking about rando things, pop culture, relationships.
Oh, who knows what the world's gonna be like then? Oh my gosh.
At that time, we'll be talking about like Northwest and like the baby Kardashians because they'll be all grown up and stuff. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, wait, time out though. You said not Northwest Indiana. What are your like top 3 states? Or countries? I mean, I guess.
I don't know. See, like, it's so difficult because I don't know where I would live. The truth is, it's like, I always am like, oh, like, I'm going to leave the region. But then it's like, am I actually?
Yeah.
I love Florida. I would definitely move to Florida. Let me think. The thing is, I want to live somewhere warm, but, like, I don't want to move to California. I don't want to move to Arizona. Hawaii, hello. I know that Hawaiians don't like when, like, non-natives live there, you know?
Yeah.
They're very, like, particular about the people who live there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a great question. I have to say, though, after visiting the south of France, like, it is so incredible, and I just can't imagine anybody living there and being unhappy. It's gorgeous. The cars there are amazing. I was seeing, like, Aston Martins and, like, I can't even, Rolls Royces, like, just so regularly. Like, they're freaking Toyotas on the road.
That's insane.
I mean, I would totally, like, if I given the opportunity, I would totally move to the south of France for, like, a couple of years. I know that I definitely want to live in America, but I would be open to living outside of the country for a couple of years, like, having that experience.
I'm excited to see Italy because I've always had, like, an obsession with it. Like, my name's Cicely, of course, so I'm looking into Sicily, but I could see myself living there for, like, a summer
Italy's
or a
amazing.
year. Like,
And I really loved Monaco. Monaco was awesome. Like, the high school there literally looked like a palace. I'm like, I'll tell you right now, that is not how my high school looked. And
you went to a nice high school.
I know, and even the prison there was on the ocean. Like, the prisoners there had views of the ocean. It's like, it's insane.
Wow.
Monaco's incredible, but I don't really know where I would live in the country.
My top 3 are Arizona, California, and Florida.
Oh, literally exactly the opposite of what I said. Florida, maybe we'll be neighbors.
Florida, I like Florida.
I really love Florida. I would say Florida. That would probably be my number 1. Okay, let's see. Where do you? Well, we already are.
I'm the last one.
Okay, wow. Any other ones, like, off the top of your head?
Well, the one that we're gonna end with. But wait, what's the last one?
Wait, which one didn't we?
We skipped.
Funniest childhood memory.
Oh yeah, we have to go back to that one.
Okay, your best life experience.
That's so hard because I've had so many. I probably like traveling. Like when I went to Ireland on St. Patrick's Day, that was pretty cool. Seeing the Grand Canyon was pretty cool. Yeah.
My best life experience would probably be, like, college and everything that happened to me during college. I think college was very, like, I discovered a lot about myself in college. I really proved to myself, like, how successful I could be, how well I could do. I really branched out of my comfort zone and started doing things that I'd always wanted to do, but I never, like, had the courage to do, even, like, being in Red Hawk Media, starting a podcast. Like, those were always things that I had dreamt of doing that I never thought I would actually do. Doing well in school, like, just, like, proving to myself the person I can be when I put in effort and I step outside of, like, my normal. I also experienced a lot of things in college, like, went through a lot. I feel like I've lived, like, 7 lifetimes within these 4 years. You know, a lot of experiences that, like, I won't go in detail about, but I just learned a lot, and I think in the process of, like, losing a lot of things in my life, I gained, like, a love and respect and understanding of myself. So for me, that was the most positive
I love that.
life experience, just, like, becoming me. I don't know. And
No, I love that because I feel like the hard things that we go through turn out being, like, the best things that happen to you.
Exactly. And that's, like, when I said, you know, if I could go back and just, like, give myself a hug and tell myself, like, everything happens for a reason and you're exactly where you're meant to be. I experienced so many things in college that I felt were, like, the end of the world. I never thought I could, like, bounce back from or get better, and I proved to myself, like, not only do I get better, but I come back 10 times stronger, and that's something that I'm proud of, like, showing my resilience and like, becoming who I want to become through losing things and letting go of certain things. So I'm just, like, proud of how I could have, you know, obviously being in college at home to a lot of people probably, like, would have been super discouraging, and a lot of people wouldn't, like,
Want that path.
But for me, it wasn't necessarily the path that I wanted, but it's, like, what I knew I had to do, so I made the most of it, and I've really enjoyed every, like, minute of being in college here in Gary. I've made some of my closest friends. Like, I look at Cicely as a lifelong friend, a bridesmaid in my wedding, you know?
So excited for that.
But I definitely made the most out of it, and that's something that I'm proud of with myself, because I could have, you know, given up, or I could have gone away to school just to keep up with going out and partying, but I did what was best for me, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
In the end, like, everything worked out for me, and I'm really proud of the path that I've chosen. So, yeah.
I love that. So what's the hardest thing you've had to overcome? I knew we were going to end on that one.
Oh, the hardest thing that I've had to overcome was for me, it was, like, I went through a really traumatic thing, like, 2 years ago, where I kind of, I don't even know if I should, like, talk about it.
You don't have to.
I don't know. One of the hardest things for me to overcome is, like, I was so comfortable in the life that I was living with the people I was living, and I had a really, like, big shift in my life where everything kind of, I lost everything, and that was hard for me to overcome. It's, like, being comfortable with being just with myself, and I don't know. I don't really want to get into detail about it, but for me, that was probably one of the hardest things to overcome, is, like, learning that I am enough just by myself. Like, I don't need anybody there to, like, validate me or make me feel like I'm important. Like, I had to come to terms with, like, loving who I am by myself on my own. And I didn't need anybody to validate that. It was like you become so comfortable in your ways with, like, the thing that becomes consistent in your life for years, and once something, like, kind of shifts that, or there's, like, a ripple in that, you kind of feel like you're losing yourself, and you don't know where to go. So, like, bouncing back from that and discovering who I am and who I could be on my own was definitely one of the hardest challenges to overcome, but it's not something that I would change because, again, like, I love who I've become through learning who I am on my own.
And we talked about that last time, loving yourself and, like, finding that love for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge thing that girls our age struggle with. So I'm glad we touch on that.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest thing I've gone through is my injury, my torn ACL. But it wasn't even, like, just the injury. It was more, like, the mental side.
Yeah.
Because I felt like my whole future was just, like, taken away from me. And going back to, like, what you said about coming to IUN, it wasn't my first choice.
Yeah.
But I get that IUN has treated me so well. I've made some of my bestest friends here. I've played soccer all 4 years, which I didn't even know if I could. So, yeah, just overcoming, like, the mental side. I was, like, super depressed. I've never, like, dealt with depression or anxiety until my injury, so that was, like, really hard to overcome. And just, like, body image, too. Like, I had, like, really strong legs, and then after my surgery, I lost all of it.
Yeah.
So that's something else I've really had to overcome.
I agree with, like, the depression and anxiety. When I went through, you know, what I was going through, I'd never dealt with depression like that before. Like, you wake up and you're like, can I just go back to bed already? Like, can it just be night? I don't know. That's something that's hard to deal with when it's something that's, like, foreign to you and you don't really know how to go about it. It's like,
I thought I was going insane.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I feel this way?
especially with anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety is horrible. It's like, as I've gotten older, my anxiety has progressively gotten worse, and I kind of just deal with it because, like, it is what it is. You know, everyone has anxiety now and then, but I don't even know how to, like, I've Googled so many times, like, how to stop anxiety attacks. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
breathe, take deep breaths, and it's like nothing really
No.
helps me. It's just something you got to ride out and get through. So anxiety's definitely gotten worse as I've gotten older, but
Mine's gotten better now, but there was a time where I was having panic attacks, like, every other week, and I was like, what is going on?
yeah.
And it's, like, the weirdest feeling in the world. It really feels like you're dying, and I had a friend in high school who had anxiety, and, like, I was so awful about it. I was like, dude, like, what's wrong with you? Like, come on, like, you're fine.
Until you deal with it, you think it's like a mindset or it's something you can control. Like, until you have anxiety and you're literally in the position where you can't stop feeling a certain way for a reason you don't understand, you view people like, oh, that's not real. Like, they're just making that up, or they can stop it if they want. Like, no. Once you have it and you realize that it's not something that you can control, it makes you honestly respect people who have severe anxiety so much more.
Yeah, it really makes you have the empathy toward people. And, yeah, I totally understand now. And anyone who has anxiety out there,
We're here for you.
yeah, we're here for you. Do you have any last final remarks?
Not really. I am really happy that we were able to film this. We had to go through the freaking ringer to be able to record today, finding lights. The microphones weren't. It was just a whole process, but we do it for you guys because you guys needed a new episode and run up those views. We almost got 500 views on our last episode, so for everyone who watched and tuned in, thank you so much. We love you guys, and you guys will be seeing a whole lot more of us coming these next couple months. Next episode is going to be super exciting, talking about our traveling experiences, any advice we have for you guys who are traveling. And yeah.
And if you have any ideas for future episodes, just shoot us a message. My Instagram is Cicily Porter, CICILYPORTER, and Sanj.
My Instagram is Sandradoya, SANJRADOJA. Our DMs are always open, and we would literally love to hear from you guys anytime. We're always open to new ideas, any questions you guys have, any advice. We would love to talk to all of you guys, so don't be shy.
Thanks for tuning in to Heart to Heart.